Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and welcome back to PCM23 Lions. This is episode 35. For once, there's no pressure, and it feels good. There's absolutely no pressure to perform. We have a 100% super success, and with just a couple of objectives left, we're under no threat to not get that significant increase. And until we get to the end of July and sign our sponsorship deal, and then, of course, the next day do our signings for the coming year, and there's some pressure on that one. Let me tell you, there is some pressure on that one. I'll give you a hint as to what's to come with it. I have 9 riders on my radar this year. That's it. Just 9 that I jotted down. I've already scratched out 2 of those names, so I'm down to 7 potential new signings for next season. It's a really small group. But I have 10 expiring contracts, including our top 2 riders in terms of overall rating as of right now. As of this moment, those 2 top guys, of course, Mason Samuels is one of those, but I have a growing collection of 4-star quality riders. But they are rated in their order down to that decimal point that we don't see. So you could see who is the top one, who gives us the most points going into our rating comparison for next season to finally break into Continental Pro. And right now, it's Ruteasir. And Ruteasir, oh man, I need to send somebody like Ruteasir to go get water. Ruteasir is the weakest rider in this entire field. Ruteasir offers something good. He's got good stamina. He's got a decent flat rating, which definitely can make him part of a lead-out train. And he is by far our best time trialist. But that's all he is. So I would be inclined to not re-sign Ruteasir. I would be inclined to not waste a whole bunch of dossier points on getting him, who's in the red, up to the green to get him happy to re-sign with us for a relatively small amount. 5 or 6K is what I would think. But if we only get him in the yellow, it could be an 8 to 10K, and I don't know if I want to be wasting 8 to 10K on Ruteasir. Only one rider is out the back, but Ruteasir is looking very likely that he's not going to make it over the top, and he does not. He is one of the first 6 to 8 riders out. Motoni might be fading as well, but he does make it over the top. So Motoni, I didn't want to use the gels yet. I'll definitely need to use it for the next climb. And he has lost the field split temporarily. He's right behind these guys. Let's make your best use be get an early water here. By the way, the Have Fun, we've been here before. It's Mercator. But it's such a fun race. It is such a fun race as this group loses contact for no reason other than that Mutoni was going backwards to get water. Oh, come on. No. Sprint. Our leader crashes in the rain on the descent. Come on, buddy. That gap was so small just a second ago. It was just a handful of bike lengths. There you go. There you go. Get in there. Get in. Oh, come on. These guys just sat up. He had already bridged it without bridging it. At least. Okay, he's back in the group. And Motoni is going to protect you. Do I want to decide between these two? Oh, yeah. 76. Samuel's trying to make his way back to the front. Wow, it's not going to hurt him much, but man, oh man, that heart rate's already going up. Back in, okay. Just a little bit of pain and suffering in the legs for Samuels. That heart rate is going to come back down a little bit before we start climbing. But yeah, that really hurt. That really hurt. Okay, as of this climb, though, let's speed this up. I know I was saying something, then I got distracted with Samuels hitting the deck. I know I was talking about having fun, but I don't think that was the circumstances here. It had to do with contracts. Okay, so Ruteasir is not necessarily somebody that I would re-sign. especially as he's in the red and may warrant a slight pay increase. But he is kind of forcing his way into being one of my targets as we are sitting under the circumstances. The field comes back together. Really, that group regains contact? They were so far back, I don't see how they regained contact. He left them behind and they were completely uninterested. They want to chase him? Nobody else? I mean, that doesn't make sense, but here we are. It is what it is. 5 riders left out the front, 2.5 minutes, and we are climbing here. Roteus here was not in that group that regained contact. He's too far off the back. He will definitely not be seen again. And one of those riders who regained contact has already been dropped down to 109 and counting. And it's coming down. Tony hanging in there. These guys are hanging in there for now, but it's still pretty early in the climb, and 48k to go overall. Samuels with a +4 today. Looks good. A lot of really good race day conditions amongst the team. But only 2 guys here can really climb. This is not, I mean, Samuels is, but across the board it's not our A team, as we're seeing the first attack of riders within the peloton going from a long ways out. Now, if you could open up a huge gap, you could theoretically turn it into a win. But otherwise, it's way too far to be going solo. It just really depends on the pace of the peloton over this phase. And right now, that pace is not too high. So what's those gaps looking like? It's out to 205 to the front, which means it's not going out. But here comes more riders on the attack. I think we need to take someone and attack, like Betsy Bana. It's got to be somebody capable. Johannes Dalek. Let's go join the party. They'll chase once we attack, right? That's how this game works. The us versus them mentality. It's like they're taking on modern politics or something. Okay, he has bridged the gap and somehow didn't bridge the gap. I already switched it to relay, you idiot. Ay, this game sometimes. Tony gets dropped. This group just got a lot smaller. A lot of riders left behind, and it was as soon as Johannes Dalek attacked. De Villiers gets dropped. We attacked. When everybody else attacked, there was no lift in pace. We attacked, and suddenly getting off front was a challenge. Bitsimana almost to the top. Johannes Dalek almost to the top. LeBron. Down to just 2 riders off front and down to 41 in the group. We split it in half by attacking. Johannes Dalek does get dropped as well, down to 36. I already set him to auto. Anticipating it, down to 22 now. And make that 33. And suddenly there's 5 off the front, so there were a few guys that decided to attack. Okay, we're in the saddle. So we've got a little more climbing to do before we get in a decent amount of recovery. 33k. Could use water. Small enough group that as we go over that next sectional climb, that'll be kind of a good time for it. But Johannes Dalek, these guys are just behind, just out of contact. Could maybe get back up in there. But you don't necessarily want to bring back some team leaders. Yeah, there's only one that's much of a threat. Let's see what we can do with Johannes Dalek. Attack, leave the group behind. There you go. And now, try to make your way forward. He won't have anything left at the top here, but that's okay. He doesn't need to have anything left at the top. He's got the entire descent to recover. Now, I don't see him making the contact he needs. That gap's too far. Back to auto. And there is the top. I also saw the finish line there, or will be coming right back up to. Just a different way, coming up the other side. Oh, water. Itsimana will take care of that. 24. Chase into only 40 seconds. Johannes Dalek goes down, so much for him getting back up here. Hopefully he's not injured. Oh, of course he is. Of course he is. Alright, here we go. Samuels. You are a mountain climber, bud, so we're going to use your mountain rating. And that's a 76 and a 72. Protect. Gel. Aloe. And we will focus on Samuels. And, wow, early attack. 11k out. 8 riders off the front. Is there a ride? Yes, there is. There's 3-4 riders at the front riding. We will let them handle this first attack. For now, though, it is going out just a little bit. Fairly neutral now. A couple riders have been dropped. We've nearly made contact without hurting our guys here in the first couple K of this climb. And it's back together. Up the effort a little bit. Don't let that gap open. Two riders on the attack. They are Tullet, Gregoire, the favorite. Okay, Gel. Bitsimana hanging on, taking the brunt of this. Samuel's looking good. Mullebron having a hard time keeping up. He will now take over protection duties. The quality of the race day condition for Samuel is really helping out, but he's going to have a hard time competing there at the end. But for now, he's looking good. Down to 13, down to 12. Auto for these guys, and Samuels. Let's go catch Padoon. Okay, let's go catch Roland. And let's just climb our pace. Well, what's our pace looking like? It's 5k. I know we can climb this for a while. How many of those guys can? Because they tried to attack and then just didn't have the legs. Yeah, it's quickly down to 3. 4k, let's gel now. We got a top 10 here. Wow, Gregoire. Can't keep up. That's Yates on the attack. And Tullet. And we ditch the group. It's solo now. If we can make contact here with the front 4. Look at that. Sitting on for down. Tullet, Yates, both pushing. And we're a top 3. We've got a podium. There they go. Climb our pace. Climb our pace. We don't have much in the tank. Our best chance is to overtake them on the way to the finish line. 300 meters. Come on, Samuels. He's got the inside. Yes! Wow. Well, that was fun. That was fun. We got the win. It's nice once you start getting some okay ratings going. I mean, he was solo for a long time, but we just played it cool. Stayed comfortable. The big key here was he is much better mountain rating than the others. I mean, today medium mount was an 80, so I mean we could push that a little harder, but it would have drained him faster. So trying to just stay at that 85, not get caught up in the attacks, the quick drains of energy, because they all have +4s, right? You've got guys that are 79, 80, 82 mountain here at this race, and then they have a +4 on top of it. So yes, we had a +4, but they also had +4s, and then whatever their race day condition bonuses would have been. So overcoming that obstacle was not going to be easy. And we did. And with an ounce of energy left at the finish line, I mean, just yellow is totally gone and red down to that last little bit. I saw those two attack, and I knew it was too early. But we came back at them. We got them. I ended up with 2 injuries out of that race with a Shimway and Johannes Dalek. No idea how a Shimway... No, that wasn't that race. That was 2 days ago. Okay, Alps Assyri. Shimway picked up an injury then. So I've got 3 injuries overall with the team right now. Not good timing with our big objective of that Belgium tour coming up. We'll have to get some replacements, but that's easy enough on one. Samuels has actually complained about not having enough racing, and De Villiers is somebody who's been improving of late, so we'll give him a chance to continue on that trend. We are up to another 4-star guy. I'm not quite sure which one it is, but this is why Roteus here is important to us. He is second on our list behind Samuels and then Kareem after that. So those right now are the 3 riders that are most important to have next season. That can change. It's the last day of May. That can easily change, especially by October. Not just necessarily August, but when we go to do our signings with 10 expiring contracts, I have as many as 8 that I want to re-sign. I have 4 that I really, without a doubt, want to re-sign, including Mason Samuels. And then Roteus here becomes the 5th guy, almost out of necessity, to make sure we're keeping our top 3 riders on the team to give us our best shot at Continental Pro. And let the fun commence once again. Samuels, though, today, just on a 0. It's La Classique de Ventoux, and I am really looking forward to this. It's only 93 kilometers. The entire race is just 93 kilometers. So Aragata, let's go ahead and get somebody into the break. Bitsimana, looking okay. Jamal is not. So go ahead and protect Samuels. We know he's our obvious leader. And we've got somebody up the road in the just in case scenario. We are certainly not a favorite or anything, so there's no reason for us to bother. Hanok looks good. Coward does not. Jansen is okay, but Bitsimana is better. And there's your 3 guys. It's going to be hard right from the start because of the short distance. Bad weather again, but unlike the last one, there's no big descents to worry about too many crashes on. Hopefully, we are looking pretty comfortable on seeing minimal crashes. At least the game does get and understand that real life aspect. When you're going uphill, you're going slow. When you're going downhill, you're going fast. Speed is an absolute factor in these crashes in the damp conditions. On the flat, you see plenty of crashes. On descents, you see even more, or them taking it really easy. You don't see too many ascendancy type crashes. They don't happen that much. So we've got 4 being chasing 3, and now they come together. So it's a group of 7. No names in the group, but is there any quality? Arengana's a 69, and he's the best climber amongst the group. So we definitely want to take things easy for a bit and get the recovery on. Because if the group were to stay away, he's got the best chance of winning. We absolutely want to contribute to that, but we need the legs as we're about to start climbing, and really not much respite. So let the other guys do some work for a little bit. Still not quite recovered, are we? So we'll kind of hold where we're at with that 65, not put in any more than that. And first climb's on. Already coming up on the final watering that we're going to need. So we'll send somebody back to get water as you kind of approach the top here. One and only time on the day. Such a short stage. Not as intense as I expected it to be. I mean, You do this at the Tour de France 95K with a climb up Ventoux, they're going to be pushing 80s from the first kilometer. And here, things are actually pretty comfortable on the stage so far. Over the top. I didn't got it already getting to that recovery phase. Down to 2.5 minutes though, not being given much of a leash, which means chances are they're not going to do much, but we could always use him back in the group. Water is done. These guys are starting to blink red because it's already just 45K. Now they are starting to take it seriously. We'll push up to that 85. Adangana. Tempo is there. All 7 riders are still there. They're now putting in a lot more work than he is, and he's struggling. So if he's struggling, well, I would say it means they're fading, but not necessarily, because right now it's under 3. It's been in between, other than that fraction where it went into the downhill, but he's a 61 flat rated and 67 stamina, so we actually don't necessarily have any advantage over these guys until we're climbing anyway, and they're just a minute ahead. Tempo's getting crazy. And we're on to the climb. Let's slow it down to a ×2 because things are going real fast here. Still 55 seconds. But that's not much. We've seen an attack, and we've seen it negated. Adangana to the front. Jamal was protecting somebody. Who was it? It was Samuels. So Adangana take over. Jansen's about to go out. Coer already has. That was happening fast. We got 4 guys left. And Adangana is going to begin his fade. Samuels is quite tired. Oh, there's the attack. It's 12K though. I don't have... What's going on, Henok? You're calling that a different group? Sure doesn't look like it, does it? Henok, 85 stamina. No wonder he's hanging in there so well. And a 77 medium mountain, which actually makes him better as we go fast than Samuels. Looks like he might be the leader today. Bitsimana. We'll climb at tempo for a bit, and then Bitsimana can go a little harder because he's much better as a medium mountain guy. Big chase is on though. They got a lot of guys, a lot of quality guys committed to that, and it's back together. And it's sitting on. 57 left in the peloton. I've got just 3. Heart rate's coming down. Little recovery happening, and here's the next wave of attacks. For now, it's just 1 guy. It's already being negated, and we sit on 7K. Here we go. Final bit of the climb. It's steep through here. This is the next attack that we do need to respond to, otherwise we're going to get left behind. No, it's negated once again. Gel for Samuels, setting up for Bitsimana. Here they go again. And Bitsimana starts the response. Oh, Pinot! Thibaut Pinot with the drop there. We were fine positionally. Hey, I already hit effort up. Nope, 85 for you. Ooh, we got 3 chasing the front of the field. This is not like the last race, right? We don't have the big bonus. We're down to 2.7 though. We have a front 6 chasing 1. And the front of the field, Delorme, is your favorite. 81 Mountain. And he's been left behind. Dang, Ombi. You must have a +5. George Bennett. Thompson. Petrovic, big threat right there. And Roland. Samuels continuing to climb as best he can. Hanok is going to end up having to hang on as best he can at the end here, as he's very down to the last little bit. And Samuel is able to climb fast enough to split this. And now there's just 3. Petrovic, the only one going with us, probably going to take the win unless Hanok can sneak past Roland. Roland climbing on his own, but he looks like he's got a little bit left in the tank. Same with Petrovic. Let's follow him and then try to overtake him right before the line, like right now. Yep, Roland takes the win, but we're going to get a second place with Hanok, a 69 base mountain rating, with guys around us in the 80+ range. That's good. A 2-4 finish, plus that win we had on the last one. Very enjoyable couple of races. Glad I did it. We are very much a mountain team right now. And a punchy team. I mean, we've gotten so many of our results with the right punchy kind of move in those 1, 2, 3 finishes, or 3, 4, 5 finishes, like our most recent one of those hills races. It'll be nice when we can get back into sprinting and or classics. But of course, hitting Continental Pro is going to really open that up for us. That is going to do it for this episode, though. We're right on the verge of that phase, but we're really just pushing partway into June right now. There's still a good month and a half to go. I still have those 2 objectives on the calendar. Not that they are important or relevant, so I'll still kind of pick and choose what races. So we might have one more episode before we get to our signing special for the year. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.